This is the channel Learn History While You Sleep. Here, you'll find immersive, softly narrated stories from ancient civilizations, medieval empires, and forgotten corners of history, all told in a calming tone designed to help you relax, unwind, and fall asleep. Each episode is crafted to blend education with rest, transforming bedtime into a gateway to the ancient world. New videos weekly. Topics: Rome, Greece, Egypt, medieval Europe, lost empires, and more. Let history guide you into dreams. Subscribe and start your journey through time while you sleep.
As the world slows and you begin to settle, close your eyes and let your thoughts drift to the shimmering shores of the Mediterranean. In your mind's eye, picture a grand city gleaming under the golden sun, a beacon of knowledge, philosophy, and science. This is Alexandria, Egypt, not just a city, but a symbol, a lighthouse of the ancient world. And within its heart stood something almost mythical, the Library of Alexandria. Tonight, we'll gently explore what it was, why it mattered, and what secrets may still lie buried beneath the sands of history. You're not just falling asleep, you're floating through time. Found diagnosed by Alexander the Great in 331 BCE, the city of Alexandria quickly became one of the most important urban centers of the ancient world. It was cosmopolitan, filled with Greeks, Egyptians, Jews, Persians, and later Romans, a true melting pot of cultures and ideas. But it was under the rule of Ptolemy I Soter, one of Alexander's generals, that Alexandria transformed into a sanctuary for scholars. The Library of Alexandria was more than a building. It was an institution, a place where the totality of human knowledge was collected, copied, studied, and preserved. Estimates suggest that at its height, the library may have housed anywhere from 40,000 to 400,000 scrolls, a staggering figure for the ancient world. These scrolls weren't just in Greek. They came from Persia, India, Mesopotamia, and Egypt. They were written in multiple languages: Sanskrit, Aramaic, Hebrew, Latin, Egyptian hieroglyphs, and more. The vision was clear: to gather every book in the world. Ships arriving at the port of Alexandria were searched. Any scrolls found aboard were confiscated, copied by skilled scribes, and the copies returned to the owners. The originals? Kept for the library. This aggressive pursuit of knowledge was state policy, and it worked. Alexandria became the intellectual capital of the ancient world. The library was part of a greater institution called the Mauseon, from which we get the word museum. It functioned like a modern university. It had lecture halls, meeting rooms, gardens, and living quarters for scholars. There were mathematicians, astronomers, physicians, poets, historians, all living and working in Alexandria under royal patronage. Thinkers like Euclid, the father of geometry, studied here. Archimedes corresponded with scholars in Alexandria. Eratosthenes, who calculated the circumference of the earth with remarkable accuracy, served as chief librarian. They weren't just preserving knowledge, they were creating it, and they dreamed big. The scholars at Alexandria proposed the heliocentric model of the solar system, nearly 1,700 years before Copernicus. They catalogued the stars, invented new surgical instruments, and explored ideas about atoms and the vacuum. But what did it look like? That remains a mystery. No physical trace of the library survives today. Descriptions suggest it may have had multiple wings, Vaulted ceilings, columns of polished marble, and rows upon rows of scrolls shelved in cedar wood. Some believe it was connected to the royal palace, others that it had a separate annex in the Serapeum, a temple dedicated to the god Serapis. What we do know is this: it inspired awe. Sadly, the library's fate is clouded in myth and controversy. Many imagine it being burned down in a single tragic event, but the truth is more complex. It likely suffered multiple destructions across centuries. In 48 BCE, during Julius Caesar's siege of Alexandria, part of the city caught fire. Ancient sources like Plutarch and Dio Cassius suggest the flames may have reached the docks and warehouses, and possibly the library itself. Later, in the 3rd century CE, the city faced civil wars, riots, and religious conflict. Some historians blame Emperor Aurelian or later Christian zealots for the final destruction. Others point to the Muslim conquest in the 7th century as the last blow, but historical evidence for this is thin. Most scholars now believe the library didn't die in a blaze of glory, but faded slowly. Its scrolls dispersed, stolen, destroyed, or simply neglected. Still, its legend grew. The idea of a place where all human knowledge was collected in one space captured imaginations across millennia. The dream of the Library of Alexandria inspired Renaissance thinkers, the Enlightenment, and even modern digital projects like the Internet Archive or Google Books. But what were those secrets that the library held? We may never know. Lost plays of Sophocles, treatises on medicine, ancient maps of the world, scientific theories centuries ahead of their time, perhaps even forgotten languages and philosophies. One tantalizing idea is that the library may have housed early histories of lost civilizations, stories of Atlantis, or detailed accounts of ancient India and China, written long before they reached Europe, or early technologies. Steam engines, surgical techniques, navigational tools, all lost to time. It makes one wonder, how different might our world be had those scrolls survived? And yet, in a way, the Library of Alexandria never truly vanished. Its spirit lives on in every library, every university, every attempt to preserve and share knowledge. So tonight, as you rest, imagine walking among the scrolls, smell the papyrus and ink, hear the echo of sandals on stone floors, the quiet murmur of scholars debating beneath oil lamps. You are not just falling asleep, you are standing in the halls of the greatest library ever known, and in your dreams, perhaps, some of those lost scrolls will open once more.